Hi guys, it's Aurora, and I'm going to be answering the questions that you guys have been sending in after my show re-aired on Z Living. So I posted yesterday about the show. It's Z Living is a health and wellness channel on the cable network, and the show is called I Beat the Odds. So I posted kind of a background of how all that came about, and then how you guys can watch it. If you want to see it and you don't want to see the whole video, just fast forward to the end where I give directions. There's step-by-step process you have to go through to get to that video. I won't be offended if you don't watch the whole thing, I promise. I get a lot of questions throughout the years of how I healed MS in my body, how I'm doing so well, and all that stuff. And one of the most common questions I get is always, what supplements do you take? And what's your diet? Those are like the two top ones. So today I'm going to be covering what supplements I take. And supplements are very personal to that person because you're trying to solve your deficiencies in your body. And if I'm deficient in B6 and you're not, then you shouldn't be taking B6. So I'm going to tell you what I'm taking. What I'm taking now is very different than I was taking 2 years ago, 5 years ago. Definitely very different from what I was taking when I first got diagnosed, because I was so deficient in everything that I was taking a lot of supplements. So I'm not taking that many right now, and I just want to share them with you, and also just some facts about how you can make sure you're getting good quality supplements. So the first thing I take, or I should say one of the things I take, is a vitamin D. I take a vitamin D3. I take 5,000 IUs. It's a pretty standard dose for people. And when I got diagnosed, I was really surprised that I was so extremely deficient in vitamin D, because I lived in Miami for many years. I live in Southern California. It's always sunny here. I'm always in the sun. But I guess my body just doesn't produce vitamin D from the sun. And a lot of people's bodies don't produce what they need. And so that's why so many people are vitamin D deficient. From the flu to cancer and everything in between, all those patients are vitamin D deficient. So it's really important to find out what you're deficient in. And the way you do that is you get your levels checked. You need to get your blood work done to find out where you're deficient. Now, I'm going to tell you my opinion. I don't think that going to, and even not just my opinion, but this is some doctors' opinions as well, that you should not go to your traditional doctor or mainstream doctor to have your blood work done. And I'm going to explain why. I met with a doctor from Sharp. She's a very respected doctor at Sharp. I have a really good relationship with her. And I was showing her my blood work from my integrated doctor. And she was saying, gosh, I just love when my patients come in with this blood work from all these alternative doctors. And I said, why? And she said, because and this is exactly how she worded it. She said, because I find that there's many layers to the way that they test the blood, the way they look at the blood, and it just goes really deep. The testing is very, very different from what we can do here. And when I asked her why she can't just do that kind of testing, and she said because of the way, the hospital's protocol, or just the restrictions they have on certain testing and the insurances, she couldn't order those even if she wanted to. The system won't even allow her to use it to order those kind of testings. And they're just really, really detailed testing that will show you where your mineral deficiencies are, your vitamin deficiencies, your thyroid panel, hormonal panel. All those things will be done in a very, very different way than if you went to a traditional doctor. So I always suggest you do that. I know a lot of people feel like it's too expensive and it's not covered by insurance, but you could always ask them to send you to the lab covered by your insurance, and that way it could save you some money. Either way, you pay now or you pay later. Invest in your health now, and later you can enjoy life. You won't be at doctor's offices like a lot of people are later in life, just going from doctor to doctor to doctor and trying to figure out what's wrong with them. If you're preventative, you don't have to do that. So that's what we're trying to get to here. Okay, so I'm going to start with my supplements, or the rest of my supplements, I should say. So the D3 is one. I take a zinc at night, and that's per my doctor, my integrative doctor. She actually said it's for immunity, and I'm not sure why at night. I'm really curious, actually, but I know there's a really good reason for that. I'll find out and let you guys know. Okay, I also take one DHEA at breakfast, and this is for brain health. Everyone should be taking this. I really love this line of pure encapsulations because the name says it all. You have to make sure that your supplements are encapsulated in a pure form. Otherwise, not only are you bringing toxins into your body, but they're actually not being broken down in your gut. And so this chiropractor we used to know told us that he would x-ray patients and see the supplements like floating around inside of their gut. Isn't that gross? But because they weren't breaking down. And so that's really dangerous because eventually they break down, but they could all break down at once. And so now you've got like a D3 and you've got like 4 in there and they finally are out into your gut. And now you have a toxicity in your body. And that's why a lot of people, maybe it's even happened to you, have been on supplements for a while and then they start to feel kind of sick. That's why it is. So be careful. Don't just go to Costco and get some big old thing of whatever it is because it's probably not encapsulated well and it's probably not a pure product. So Pure Encapsulations is a great brand. So is Cardiovascular Research Ltd. That's really good. And this is Xymogen. I hope I said it right. Xymogen. That's another one. Okay. I am a little deficient in B6. My last panel showed. And so I take a B6 every morning too. And this one is also Pure Encapsulations, but I also like Douglas Laboratories. Their products are really good. Okay, a probiotic every morning on an empty stomach because 80% of your immune system is in your gut and your digestive system. So if your gut is healthy, you are healthy because your gut is like your second brain. Okay, the next product I take is by Thorne Research, and they're actually like at Whole Foods, Jimbo, Sprouts, or wherever, I don't know what other stores there are in the country, but it's a pretty popular line, but they're really good and they're encapsulated very well. And so this is because I don't methylate well. I'm not a good methylator. So I have to take MethylGuard Plus. So what is methylation is, it's just a big word that is very important. It can actually improve your life, save your life in a lot of instances because it really is that critical function in your body, such as thinking and repairing DNA. It's also fighting infections and importantly is getting rid of toxins. So if you're not methylating well, you're not detoxifying your body well, and so that could be really dangerous over time. And so this is really good. And the way you find out if you methylate well or not is through blood work through an integrative functional medicine doctor. Okay, so I know this is really kind of geeky of me, but I have a favorite supplement. I love this supplement, and I really think if you have a neurological issue, autoimmune disease, this is a really great supplement. It's an herbal supplement, and it's called PhytoCalm, and it's a group of herbs that help to restore, rejuvenate your nervous system. And it's just amazing. If you guys read up on it, Google it and read about it, you'll see what I'm talking about. I'll give you more facts that I can't, because of time, really give to you right now. But my Ayurvedic neurologist introduced me to all these herbs and I incorporate them in my life all the time. So I take other stuff besides this, but not on a daily basis, just here and there, depending on what's going on in my life. Like if I'm going through a stressful time, if it's like before my period or something where, you know, we kind of like can tend to get sick and just have a lot of deficiencies because of that time. But these are the ones I take every day. But a lot of those I learned from Dr. Clarit Chaudhry. She's my Ayurvedic neurologist, and she's written a book called The Prime. She's really amazing, and she was a game changer for me. I was already really doing well when I went to her, but she taught me a lot about herbs. I didn't know anything about herbs, and she also really helped me with my mindset towards the disease. And that was a huge gift because she really showed me that I shouldn't look at it as a label like I have MS, but just I have an imbalance in my body. I need to balance it out. And I love that. It was like, I can do this. So I love her. You should really look her up and you should really get PhytoCalm. You can get it online. This is Endobiogenic Concept. So I mentioned to you the brands that I like that I feel are safe and clean. Also, Dr. Mercola, Mercola.com has a great line of supplements, and Dr. Amen, Dr. Daniel Amen. I was able to spend 3 days at his clinic in Newport Beach. He's a world-renowned brain specialist, and he's amazing and has an amazing line of products that I really trust as well. Okay, so that's it for my daily routine. There's another thing I'm really into, supplements I'm into, which might sound like I'm talking another language to some of you, but I wanted to mention it because I know it's a big thing now. A lot of people are really looking into it, but it's neurohacking. And I'm really into neurohacking. For the last year, I've been really studying it and practicing it. And so neurohacking is really like the DIY of neuroengineering. It's really just focusing on the brain and the central nervous system, and just kind of hacking your body to function, and for your neurons to improve and repair over time instead of getting worse as you age. So it's just really about optimal brain health and having your brain function optimally. And so I love neurohacking, and Qualia is it. Qualia is a company or made by a company called Neurohacker Collective, I'm sorry. And they have 2 steps. Step 1 is 3 in the morning, and step 2 is 6 at lunch. So Qualia, I love your product, but you've got to change the 6 at lunch. I mean, that's a lot of capsules to swallow. So if you can do something about that, that'd be great. If you don't, I'll still take your product because I love it. So if you're into neurohacking, neuroengineering, this is the way to go. Qualia is a great neurostack. Like I said, if I sound like I'm talking another language, please look into this if it's something that interests you. And that is pretty much it, guys. That's my supplements that I take. Those are my recommendations to you as to what you should do. Oops, my battery's about to die. So I'm going to say goodnight. It's late here in California. And tomorrow I'll be answering another question or 2. Thanks, guys. And besos, buenas noches, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.